once I turned 50, my skin really started to change, and my liquid foundation just wasn't looking very good. It made me look old and crusty by the middle of the day. And I wanted to try something, but I didn't know what to try. And if you're like me, I couldn't relate to a lot of 30-year-old makeup artists online because their skin didn't look like mine. So I found a woman that was my age. She had some age spots. She had discoloration, fine lines and wrinkles, all the things. And she put on this makeup and it gave her this beautiful glow. And her skin just looked gorgeous and healthy. And that's what led me here. So I love sharing about it. And if you would like to learn a little bit more, then keep watching. We turn 50 and our skin changes. It becomes more dry. We have a lot more texture, fine lines, wrinkles, age spots, discoloration, rosacea, melasma. I mean, it just goes on and on. But I found a makeup line that really is ideal for mature skin. And I'm an artist for a makeup company called Seint, and it is an all-cream makeup system that I've just fallen in love with. And I just want to put my makeup on and talk you through what I'm doing. You may have seen this product online, and women are doing dots and stripes. Well, that method really does not work the best for my mature skin. I like to do it in a very different way. I like to personally start, so I have skincare on, I have sunscreen on. I like to use a tinted moisturizer or a tinted BB cream, and I put a light layer on my face. And what this helps me do is use less makeup. So that just helped even out my skin tone, and now I'm ready to go into my cream makeup. And I start with my main foundation shade. This is our 3D brush. It's the perfect brush to get started with. But I just focus my main foundation shade on just the areas where I have a lot of discoloration. I have a lot of redness on my cheeks, my chin, and my nose. I wear reading glasses, and I get dents. And then I just make sure that's well blended and all stippled in. And I really don't even put any makeup on my forehead. Then I go in with contour, and our contours are unique because they actually provide coverage. So that's why I really don't need anything else on my forehead. But that just adds, I like a subtle contour, and that just adds a little bit of dimension. And then I put it on my cheekbones. I'm careful not to go past the outer corner of my eye, because then the contour will just drag my face down. Same over here, and I'm just stippling at an angle and kind of just working it up as I go. And again, that's very subtle. I don't like a very harsh line there. Put a little bit more on my forehead. And then I just soften it as we go down. Get in that hairline, if you have a receding hairline like me. And then I love it on my jaw. So I have gels, and if you notice, there's a dip here. So I don't put any contour in that dip. So I like to start on the other side of the dip and then bring it down. And I'm going just on the very edge. And on that side, I cut a little bit in the dip. Then I like to go in with my brightening highlight, which is like a contour shade. And I'll put a little bit of that just in those dips. And then blend that in. And light brings things forward, so that just helps disguise that gel a little bit more. And then sometimes I'll put a little bit of that brightening shade. This too is considered coverage. So I'll put a little bit of that just right in, like between the brow. If I wanted bronzer, I could add some bronzer, but I'm just going to keep it simple today. Now I'm going to go in with one of my favorite lip and cheek. This is Pink Grapefruit. And I like my blush more on the apples. And then I kind of blend it back. And I think adding blush on your apples is very youthful. And these are where you can wear them on your lips too. And now let's do some correction with Demi. So these are the 3 shades that I use the most often. And I like this yellow. It is called NY-1. And I like using the bright brush. And I just get a little bit on the smaller end of the brush. And I just tap that on these dents. And I also have where I had a skin cancer right there. I had it removed. Because I was a sun worshiper, no sunscreen. And that just tones down those dents. And I should like to have a shade changing tile. This just cleans the brush after each application. And now I like to go in with this orange. This is 03, orange 3. And I pop that just on that darkness. And I'm using very little. And these are just highly pigmented wax, so you're actually canceling out the color. Like my dark circles, they have a lot of blue in them, so the opposite of blue is orange. So that's how I know what color to use. Sometimes my dark circles are different colors. Sometimes they have a little purple in them as well. And then I'll go in with a yellow orange. Okay. There we go, much better. And then this last shade I like to use is NR-1, and I just get a little bit on the fluffy end, and I put this everywhere I didn't put the orange. And I also, if you can see this shadow here, it's from my eyeball sinking into my skull. It happens to a lot of us. That helps tone down that shadow. I changed my mind. I do think I want to use a little bit of bronzer, and I'm using this same brush. So I'm just putting a little bit of bronzer just on the high peaks of my forehead, you know, where the sun would hit. But I like the inner part of my forehead to be, you know, kind of light. And then we'll add a little bit right out here. And then I like a little bit of bronzer on my nose. And a little, just what's left on my chin. And the glow that I get from this makeup is what I have been searching for, and I just could not find. If I found something that had a little bit of a glow, it settled into my fine lines and honestly made me look older than before. But this is just natural, beautiful, glowy makeup that's ideal for mature skin. So if you would like to get started with this makeup, all you need to do is comment match below or go to my link above, and you and I will talk about what your goals are, what you're wanting, and we'll get you started. So if any of that sounds like something you're interested in, again, just comment match, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.